Hello, hello, welcome. Thanks for being here to practice together. And we have been making our way through different places in the body. Uh, we've been working from the feet and slowly up. And this week we've landed above the abs. So yay. Core, not core, lungs and chest. So we're doing a little breath, little side body. So for your practice, you'll probably want a couple blocks and blankets. And we will begin with a practice we call in yoga Dirga, Dirga, Dirga. It's sometimes referenced as three-part breath. And you might read, if you do a little research, it'll say, oh, you shouldn't do three-part breath. I don't know why. This is simply a way of bringing awareness to the torso. So it's not like you absolutely have to breathe from here and here and here. I think sometimes people get a little concerned with the rigidity of it, but this is a way to bring basic awareness to the three specific locations. We'll take the hands, so you just sit comfortably on some support as you like, and we'll bring the hands to the soft part of the belly under your bones of the ribs, right? So just under it where the diaphragm is. And we'll gently place the hands here, relax the shoulders. You could close your eyes or let your gaze trail down. And all we're doing is connecting to the movement of the diaphragm. So when we inhale and the diaphragm presses down a little on the abdominal organs, you'll feel like the belly's pushing out. And when you exhale and that action reverses, diaphragm lifts, the belly draws in. And we're just saying, can we coordinate that sensation with the breath? Little inhale and expansion, and exhale, gentle contraction. And we're simply bringing awareness, and the hands help with this awareness of the diaphragm moving. It's your primary muscle of respiration. And the diaphragm is a deep internal muscle, it's very deep in the body. And then we'll just take the hands and slide them to the side ribs. And if you can, if it's comfortable, let the thumbs wrap a little bit back, the fingers forward. I just want you to get the sense that the breath is moving behind you and to the sides as well as to the front. So now as you breathe, can you feel the expansion of your rib cage? So lots of muscles between the ribs, muscles that wrap over your ribs. These are accessory muscles to your breathing. They're not the primary movers, but if they are tight, they might inhibit the ability to take a deep breath. And settling into this three-dimensionality of the breath, or moving in many directions. Then we'll take the hands and bring them to the top of the chest. So you might locate your collarbones and then bring the hands just a little under that. It's the very top of your rib cage. And now as you inhale, the diaphragm will expand the side ribs. As you fill up the breath, the top of the chest might lift a little bit. And as you exhale, it's the reverse order. Top of chest descends, side ribs, and belly. We're just going to sink into that meditative movement. And if you need to refocus for any reason and any moment of any day, just a few rounds of this Dirga breath can be just the thing. to get you out of the head and back into the body. And then we'll release the hands. Just feel that expansive, sort of omnidirectional breathing. Hands down for a moment. Good. And then we'll bring the hands together and softly rub the palms. With the thumbs tucked at your heart space, we'll open with the sound of Om to connect voice and breath. Exhale, then inhale deeply. Om. 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 And let your head bow. Release your hands and lift your gaze. You might switch the cross of your legs as we'll sit a little longer. And actually, I'm going to scoot back. And we'll just begin by taking the left fingers, walk them out to the side. As you reach your right arm up, we'll just sway a little, right? So you might come up and over and do this a few times just to loosen up side waist, ribs. Just gonna scoot up. And then we'll come into that reach and stay, fingers to the floor. You could turn your head down or up as you prefer and emphasize the press to the ground as you reach through the ribs. Take a few deep breaths here. And you might oscillate. Sometimes that little bit of movement is helpful in releasing tissues and syncing up with the breath. Good. And then push down. Inhale, we'll come up and switch sides. Walk the right fingers over, reach the left arm up, and we're just going to pulse that a little. And after a few times, you can reach and stay. Whatever depth works for you. It might be a deep stretch, it might be higher up. Anchor down through your hips, tailbone as you reach through the arm. Your gaze could be down or up. We'll just breathe here. All right, exhale and then inhale up. And both arms up, interlace your fingers, flip the palms up. Maybe just a little side to side movement stretch. And reach through the center of the palms, lengthen the arms, breathe into the reach of the spine. And then release your palms and lengthen the arms forward and then down all the way to the ground. Walk the fingers out, then drop the head, the chin, maybe sway a little here, getting into the back body, low back, middle back. Can you feel the breath fill up into this back space? And then we'll walk the hands in and help the knees up. You can bring the feet flat and windshield wiper your knees. Good. And from center here, I'm going to give you a couple of choices. So you might do this with the blanket and If the back's tender, you might not do much of a roll at all with the blanket. It might be pretty flat. If your back seems okay and you don't mind a little bit of rolling over the blanket, you might roll the blanket up thicker. So this is going right at the back of the shoulders, back of the heart. I want to lie down so my arms are above it. Do you see this is kind of important because sometimes people go too low. So I want it right at the shoulder blades, but my arms are above, and then my head drops back. You could support your head, right? If it was tender, there's no need to strain that. You can support your head. So you might be here with the blanket, but if you want more stretch, more release, you could use the block instead. So I'll let you decide if you'd rather try the block. It'll be a little bit more firm feedback to the shoulders, upper chest. You can drop the head to the floor or maybe use blanket or block for the head. So we're getting a little release to, again, these accessory muscles, which are at the front of the chest here, front of the arm bones. Let the palms stretch out, maybe, palms up, arms at your sides. You could keep your knees bent or your feet flat, totally your choice. If the back is tender, you might want to bend in the knees. And optional here, if there's no tingling or pinching in the shoulders, is to reach your arms up and back beyond the head. You might hold your opposite elbows or stretch the arms long. Just a little more reach for the shoulders. It's optional. Again, if the back doesn't like this for any reason, you can just come down off of the depth of support, right? The flatter you go, the better it probably will be. Just a little more here. And then we'll take those arms, and if you reach them up, bring them alongside your waist, hips again. And you might bend those knees, feet to the ground, perhaps roll to your side, or just press down to reach up, whatever feels right to you. And then we'll put to keep the block, we'll just come down. And as you lie on the back, you might hug your knees or take a happy baby just to soften your back. And yeah, just a couple more breaths there. And it's not abdominal day, but we still do a little bit of abs. We will do what I like to call pass the block. But you have the option to do alternate arm leg reach. If, again, the back or body is tender in any way, you might just want to take those arms long and do right arm and left leg, and then left arm and right legs. You can stay like that, or take the block between your hands and then reach the arms up, legs up, pass the block to the legs, and then legs down, arms down, and then reach the legs back up, grab the block, and you just keep doing it that way. So find the movement that feels right for your body tonight. This might be different than somebody else's, no problem. We'll keep going about 30 more seconds or so here. And then when the block is in your hands or you've reached your legs, arms up last time, you can lower down and set that to the side, and maybe once more hug the knees, maybe a little windshield wiper movement, anything at all. And then we'll roll to the side and come around. So come on to hands and knees. You might use the blanket under the knees. And maybe a moment in cat cow, or perhaps just circling around just to loosen up hips, spine, neck. I think it's a really fabulous movement. Tabletop, cat cow, and all the variations. That's probably something, if you did it every day, you'd notice a really wonderful range of motion in your spine. And then from here, we'll take a little twist. So the left arm will reach out and up. And then exhale, bring it down and under the right. You could stay at the elbow for less of a twist, or come all the way through to shoulder and head. Let the left palm be face up. The right hand could stay where it is or walk forward. I'm just going to lengthen out. Yeah, feel the hips anchor back a little. Push against the ground. It's a gentle rotation of the spine here. Just a little bit more with the breath. Didn't even say hi to you. Hello. And then we'll bring hands back to center. Unthread that arm there, reach it up, and then to center with the hands. We'll do the other side. So as you're ready, your right arm up, and then bring it down and under. Again, for less twist, you might just stay propped up. Come all the way through. Right palm face up, left hand might walk forward. Any variations are fine. Push down a little bit, feel that rotation through the spine as the hips gently anchor back. You okay with that fan? Okay. Okay, good. It's like warming up your muscles. Good. And then we'll bring the hand under the shoulder for support, lift up and back to center. Maybe cat cow a few times just for some symmetry. And then when you're ready, we'll lift into downward facing dog. Plant the palms, reach the legs up and back. Press down as you lengthen. Feel like that head is just like a heavy ball just hanging there. Soft through the neck, the jaw. And any movement you want to take is absolutely welcome. Now, exhale here, and then we'll bring hands and feet together. You can move feet up, hands back, little bit of both, till you're in a standing forward fold, and maybe hold your elbows, feel the spine lengthen. We'll press into the feet with the knees bent. Do a slow exhale, roll up, come all the way up. And as you unwind, we'll reach the arms, interlace the fingers at the top, flip the palms up. Sink your heels down as you reach the spine, and a little side stretch. You can go side to side at your own pace. center there. Keep the lift, the length in the spine. Release your arms as they come down. Interlace your fingers behind you. Roll the shoulders back. Maybe inch your feet a little further apart. Bend the knees and forward fold. Arms might reach away from your back as the head lengthens towards the ground. And relax the jaw, the tongue here, even there in the mouth. Good, good. And exhale, feel that ground. Maybe you can even discern the texture of the mat under your feet. Press down and then do a slow roll up, all the way to stand. And at the top, release the clasp, arms float, and hands to the heart. Good. So I should have mentioned at home, you're going to want a little wall space. And in the room, you can scoot to any wall we can stand to, and you can also use the poles in the middle of the room, and you could be on either sides of the poles. All we want to do, I'll just walk here, although it's hard to see. You just want to bring a hand to the wall and start with the fingers pointing up. So I'll stand here. You can pretend I'm at a wall. My fingers are pointing up to start, and I'm just arm's length away. Perfect. Good. And just stand tall. Feel the spine lengthen. Yeah, just make sure the hips, knees, feet are lined up here. And then we'll start to dial back the hands. So for my online folks, I'm just going to turn the hand so the fingers point back, the thumb is up. And if you come to a point you're like, ooh, that's tender, then don't go there. Back out. Or you don't want to feel pain or tingling. If you can get it so the thumb points up and the fingers point back, stay there. You might cup the wall with the fingers and then maybe even bend the elbow a little bit. We want the front of the shoulder to move back. Then we'll start to move the feet away from the wall. Any amount. It doesn't have to be all the way. And you're a little bit on an incline over here, so hopefully it's feeling all right. And take a few breaths. And I gotta say, I've been demoing this in the middle of the room, and you know, it even works in the middle of the room without a wall. So there you have it. For guitar, yeah, yeah. So just feel the hand stretch, the fingers open, and the front of this shoulder open. Again, the accessory muscles. And something interesting about your hand getting a stretch and the ability to breathe more fully. Just another exhale. And then on inhale, we will turn the feet back in. So start with the feet turning in, then release the hand down. And then you could just shake it out a little. Both shoulders, rock the head a little. Again, these are all these accessory muscles to the breath. We'll turn to the other side. So again, you're standing complete one arm's length away from the wall. Hand is at the wall. And the fingers start pointing up. The fingers point up. And then you'll dial the hand back. And just really pay attention. What do you feel? If it seems okay, can you get the thumb to point up and the fingers back? Maybe cup the wall, bend the elbow, shoulder back. And once that's in place, then you can walk your feet away from the wall. Just start to turn the feet away. That's it. Good, good. Couple breaths here. And exhale, and then on an inhale, we'll turn the feet back in and release the hand down and give those shoulders a nice little shake, a little bounce. Maybe roll them. Excellent. And from there, we'll come back to the mat. So we're just going to do this one time through. I've been doing it 3 times, but it's the end of the day. We don't want to get too much stimulation. So sun breath, Surya breath. This is, if you've been doing it with me, you know what it is. If it makes you dizzy or uncomfortable, my suggestion is, or if your back is tender, you might just stay in a fold, right? You might just stay here and you can just breathe, ujjayi breath, regular breath, swaying, right? Or it's 3 sniffs in with the arms moving. So it's a sniff in, sniff in, sniff in, then out the mouth, ha, as you bend the knees. And we're just going to keep doing that. So we'll begin. Good. A little more. Last one. And then stay in the fold. You might bounce your hips a little, relax the head, or get grounded in the feet. Then look up, lengthen your spine, and now plant the palms, step back to plank. Maybe hover in plank or bring knees to the ground. Inhale, then exhale, lower down. From the floor, maybe Sphinx, arms in front, elbows down, or Cobra. Sphinx is a nice first back bend or steady back bend if the back's tender. Then we'll just slide the hands back. You could rest a moment, child. Down dog when you're ready. No rush. And we'll meet in that down dog. And from there to the top of the mat, you can walk, step, or hop. Feet up, hands back, lift both. Forward fold. And then feel the ground under the feet, bend the knees, and slow roll up all the way to stand. Sweep the arms. Exhale to heart. I was doing 3 rounds of that. How's it feel? Do it again? Okay, we'll do it again. I was like, it's end of the day. We should wind down. All right. So start your breath again, or you can stay in a fold. So begin. Last one. And then stay in your fold. And then plant the palms, step back to a plank pose. You might hover in plank or knees to the mat, and exhale, chaturanga, elbows shape the ribs as the ribs come down. Sphinx or Cobra, your choice. Press down through those legs, lifting just at the collarbones, front of the heart. Then you can slide the hands back, rest if you like, little rest at the floor. Down dog when you feel ready. Good, and one last exhale before we meet at the top of the mat, hands and feet together, and forward fold. Press into the ground with the knees bent. We'll exhale and Gently come up, arms overhead. Into the heart. Good. So we're actually just going to move on to triangle from here. You can turn to the right side, step your feet wide, and left toes out, right toes in. So pivot through the feet. So let me just show you a little triangle. So sometimes what happens with triangles, people do this. Can you see the difference between this and this? There's a little bit more turn and lift and openness at the chest. And that's what I really am looking for here, more so than hinging at the waist, almost like a forward fold. I want this little bit of rotation, right? So let's try it that way. So lean or reach the left arm over, hinging over that leg, then bring the hand down. It doesn't have to go very far. You can have a micro bend in that knee. Maybe bring your right hand to the left side ribs and just drag the hand across the belly band just to turn the rib cage. And then extend the arm up. That's it. And your gaze could be down or up, whatever feels right to you for your balance. And you might even take the arm overhead, a few breaths for a little extra side waist stretch. And then we'll bend the knee a little, feel the ground under the feet, reach to the top arm to come up to stand, hands to hips. Parallel your feet, and then turn to the other side. Reach your right arm over the leg. Exhale off to the right. And you can put a micro bend in that knee. Rest the hand down as you lean back a little and turn. And then your top arm might reach up. If the shoulder's tender, or maybe you want a little more support, hand can stay at hip. And just breathe into that length. For extra side body stretch, you could reach the top arm overhead. It's optional. Steady there. And feel the ground under your feet. Exhale, little bend in the knee. Inhale, come up. Hands to hips. Parallel the feet. Let's just step the legs in a moment. You can pedal them out. And we'll go wide once more. Wide stance. Turn the left toes out and the right toes in. So we'll repeat triangle, Trikonasana, hinge at that waist. Bring the hand down once more. Feel the turn of the rib cage as the arm lifts. Nicely done, nicely done. And now we'll put a bend, like a real bend in the left knee and bring the elbow to the thigh, transitioning to side angle, Parsvottanasana. You can bring the back hand to the hip for a moment as you just bend into that knee, push the elbow against the thigh and use that as a leverage point to turn a little. And then your back arm, your right arm can reach up and then all the way overhead, long through the side waist. Your gaze could be down or up. Down is a little more grounded. And feel that length through the waist. Now reach the right arm forward. Let it drop down in front of your face. As it reaches towards your back leg, now start to come up to stand, like the arm's pulling you up, hands to hips. And we will just pivot to the other side. Triangle to start. So reach the right arm out and hinge at the waist. Come over and down. Left arm high. And feel that space at your upper chest. Press back. Remember we had the block here, the blanket roll. A couple more breaths. And then we'll bend that front knee, an actual bend into the right knee, and bring the elbow to the thigh. That's it. Backhand could be at hip as you transition. And then when you feel ready, you can extend the arm overhead and lengthen into the hand, the fingers. You really got the heat on you now. Good, good. And to come out, we're going to drop the hand in front of the face, drop it down, and then as it swings to the back leg, we'll gently pull back up to stand. Hands to hips. Now turn the toes in and the heels out. And we'll straddle folds. You can gently bend the knees as you come down through center. Maybe blocks under hands, add some movement. You press into the feet. Feel the ground, a little bend, soft bend in the knees as you exhale. Start to rise up. And at the top, reach the arms, circle them above, palms touch overhead. And exhale to the heart. And step the feet together. We'll stand at the top of the mat in Samastitihi if that's comfortable for you. So either the feet together, hands together. If you'd like to have a little space between your feet, that's fine too. Whatever feels steady and grounded. But hands at your heart, and feel the heart space, front of chest lift a little towards the thumbs. And take 2 or 3 breaths. Pose of steadiness. And then circle the arms on your inhale, look up, and on exhale, bend and forward fold. Lift your gaze halfway and plant your palms. We'll step back to downward facing dog. And then gently bring the knees to the ground and we'll press back or just come upright on the knees. You may want your blanket here. We'll be coming into Parigasana, gate pose. So you might prefer to face the long edge of the mat as it supports the feet. Perhaps watch first. So I stand on the knees. I do have my toes curled under. If your feet cramp, you may not like to do that. I'll be on my right knee and I'll extend my left leg. So my heel is down, the toes are up, the foot is in line with the other knee. And then I want to stand tall. Trying to keep the hips pretty square here. And then I'll lean my left arm down my left leg. Very similar to the triangle, the side angle we were just in. Feel the back of that knee lift a little bit because it's easy for the knee to hyperextend here. So there's a little lift from the back of the knee joint. And then maybe your arm up. So again, you can be pretty well upright if that just feels like a better choice tonight. Or you can lean over that leg for a deeper side stretch. Again, just a soft lift from the back of the knee. And then with an inhale, push down, lift through the top arm to come up, hands to hips, come back to the knees. So just watching on the second side here. So I stand on my left knee, I'll stretch my right leg out. The back of the knee has just a little, I mean, if it helps you to bend it a little, sometimes that works too. I want to reach the right arm down that leg and the left arm up. It's a little deeper into the side stretch here. So if it's too deep, you can just be more upright. Exhale, and on inhale, let's come up to center. Knees to the ground. Let's come back to the first side. So stand on the right knee again, extend the left leg. And press through that foot, right? My toes are pressed, my heel is down. There's a little engagement in the foot, even though it doesn't seem like it's doing anything. Then I'll lean over that leg once more. That's it, good. Exhale, now inhale, come up. This time, right hand to the ground for a half moon, quarter moon. And hand down, leg lifts, arm lifts. So it's half moon on the knee. Press through the foot, like a little power kick in the foot. Good. To come out, I like to bend my limbs in, maybe bend the elbow, bend the knee, gently come down to the floor. And then we'll come to the other side. So standing on the left knee, extend the right leg. Little lift. That was enough of that. Back of the knee lifts. Bring the arm down the leg and the left arm. Good, good. Better. Second time through. Exhale there. On inhale, we'll come up and half moon on the knee. It's like a half moon. Hand down. Leg lift. Breathing here, and to come out, whatever works for you. I like to bend the limbs in, gently round down, just safely bring yourself down. Good. And legs in front. So come to a seat, sit on the edge of your support. Hop and a roll. We'll do just a brief twist each side. So if you take, turn this way, take your left leg, bend it in, stretch your right leg long. Foot points up. Left elbow inside, push arm and leg together. And then sweep your right arm out and to the ground behind you. Push down and exhale, turn. Exhale, then inhale to center. Keep the legs as they are. Just turn the other way. Hold the knee and turn in the opposite direction. And to center again, we'll stretch that leg out and switch. I'm going to spin around, switch sides. Right knee bends, left leg long. Elbow inside the leg and push the 2 points together. Sweep the left arm out. Inhale long, exhale, turn. Bring it, the hand to the floor. On inhale to center. Keep the legs as they are, just turn the other way. And then to center again. We'll stretch the 2 legs out. We'll top, little roll, then the bottoms of the feet together, bound angle. Pada Konasana, the feet touch, maybe the toes spread. You can hold ankles, feet. Maybe you stay upright, or you can take any pulsing movement. And when you're ready, just come into that forward fold, take a few breaths. And then inhale, rise up. And as you help the legs up, let's do one last seated windshield wiper. And then come to a seated position. Any seat that works for you. You might sit on support. I've been waiting the whole time to get to this point. So as we come to a comfortable seat, I'm going to take a little bee work, a little bumblebee work. So it's a mudra and a breath. It's Brahmara Mudra and Brahmari Breath. And they're both for the bumblebee. So the mudra, Brahmara, is to take the index finger and bend it to the base of the thumb. Index finger to the base of the thumb. And then the middle finger and the thumb touch. And that's on both hands, by the way. And does it feel like maybe it's a little bee or you're holding a little bee or something? It's kind of like that, right? Cute. Yeah, it's cute. All right, and the hands, palms up in your lap. That's the mudra. Good for the lungs, good for your breathing facilities. Now we'll add the breath. So Brahmari breath is a humming breath, and it's mostly localized in the upper respiratory, so nasal passages. And I'm apologizing if you have pets at home because they don't like this. You want to be loud with your sound. So it's a deep inhale and then a hum for the whole exhale. So it looks like and sounds like this. And it can be long and it can be loud and it doesn't have to match anybody else's. We're just going to do several rounds, go at your own pace, and I will signal when it's time to finish. So holding the mudra, as you're ready, deep breath in and we'll begin. Keep going. One last round. Take a few normal breaths. You can release the mudra. And then, well, you were playing that one, weren't you? He hasn't done that all week. We will take Yogi's choice. So any finishing movement that makes the practice feel complete to you. Could be something on your back, a twist on your back, a bridge position. Maybe you feel ready to go right into relaxation. You are welcome to do that. So about a minute of Yogi's choice or a little longer Shavasana. I will dim the lights in the room. Anybody needs extra props, bolsters, blankets, sandbags, don't hesitate to ask. I'm happy to grab them. And once you feel complete with that movement, well supported by the ground, the earth, and allow the body to stretch out long and release completely. Release the bottoms of the feet and the lengths of the legs. Release your hips and the belly. Release the spine. Release the shoulders and the arms, the palms of the hands, fingers. Relax your neck and your throat. Relax your face. Relax the tongue and the mouth. Relax the ears, the inner ears. Let the eyes be heavy. Relax the forehead. Relax the whole head. And feel so relaxed as though a breeze were to blow over you, your skin would ripple like the surface of a lake. So relaxed, so at ease. We'll rest here for just a few more minutes. Invite your breath to deepen and gently move fingers and toes, arms and legs. Reach into the body in any way that gently brings you back. You might roll to one side, or you might just gently rise up. You bring yourself again to a seated position. And you are welcome to join us in our closing chant. Words are nearby in the room. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. You're welcome to join in or to sit back and listen. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om mani padme hum, 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 om mani padme hum. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Bring your hands together at heart space and rub the palms. We'll close with the sound of Om. Exhale, then inhale deeply. Om. 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 And with a breath in, reach your arms out and up. Let the palms come together overhead. As you exhale, lower your hands, thumbs to brush, the point between your brows, center for clear seeing. Lower to brush your lips, to speak truthfully. And then to rest hands at heart space, to abide in kindness, passion, and gratitude. May the many, many benefits of this practice radiate into all the places in your life. Namaste. Thank you for practicing together. And thank you to Josh. Have a lovely, lovely evening.